It's the middle of the month, which means I've been spending several days on Escapril. That's Savannah Brown's annual online poetry contest or event, maybe. You don't win anything. I've been doing it for the last few years, and I've shared some of my Escapril poems on this channel before, so I thought I would keep up the trend. I wrote them in this cute little notebook I got recently, and I thought I would just pick a couple that I really enjoy. Keep in mind, though, that these are all baby poems, so I might get my favorite ones workshopped. They may change a little bit, but for now, this is what I got. For day 10, the prompt was fog. Now, I didn't actually use that word in my poem. I meant to, but I used the word dust instead. So I can't sing in front of anyone. Cobweb saliva, throat dust, a clean slide down for the magic school bus. Did Miss Frizzle just turn on the radio? Playing childish Gambino on my hip bones, daddy long legs rhythm. I can hear the powderings of funk tenor. I can almost regurgitate them, but words come up vile. This poem came up through thoughts of public speaking and just, I guess, vocal expression. I have a really hard time doing it, and so I wanted to make a more lighthearted poem about it. Day 2's prompt was the internet. Now, at the time, I was making my last video, which is called The Art of Noticing, and it's a commentary on my mental health in relation to spring, but also directly correlated to the internet. How it's been rotting my brain and contributing to anxieties I've been feeling. So when the prompt, the internet, came up, I didn't want to write about it. I'd been spending so much time thinking about it already. So I took that prompt and thought, what if I do the antithesis of that? The only time I know in my life without internet is childhood. So I kind of just wrote about a very simple childhood memory. I've been thinking about Saskatoon berries in margarine tubs, filling my mouth, catching the chartreuse twigs between my teeth. Bitter wind wakes the epiphora. These saltwater cheeks bring back sour, sour memories. As context for those who don't live in the Canadian prairies, we have these certain kind of trees that grow Saskatoon berries, and they essentially look like blueberries, just blacker in color. It's a very common thing for rural families to go out with margarine tubs or other cheap containers and just collect buckets and buckets of them to make pies or different kinds of desserts. The berries freeze really well, so people really stock up. And I kind of wrote this in sentiment of doing that. The getting emotional and getting teary-eyed had to do with both the sourness and bitterness of berries, as well as thinking back to the time before the internet. Okay, actually, let me do one more. I was only going to read 2, but I wrote this one today. Day 13's prompt was purr, as in P-U-R-R. So I thought I would make a fun little queer poem. I think I'm at a place where I like this now. I bend a metal spoon backwards, twist its head off and palm the convex fog. I screen print my sweat. Butter steel, baby salmon is what you called my girl dick. I said more like swordfish, silicone lemon squeeze, black pepper, sweat beads. You're just as grotesque as I am. On a plate, bone china with olive wood forks, sis don't eat the full of my soft fish body. I am trans dinner, leftovers to some. And those are my Escapril poems. Like I said, I still have yet to edit them, but I welcome any feedback. I'd like to know if you enjoy them so far. And yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the month's prompts. Good morning. It is almost 8 a.m. I've gotten about 5 hours of sleep, so I'm very tired, but I have some book deliveries to make. Even though I published my poetry books in 2018 and 2019, I don't think I've ever showed the process of how I ship them out. I don't know why, but I guess today's the day that changes. So this is Screaming Sweet Nothings. It's my second poetry collection. It has short form, very journalistic, autobiographical type poems in it, handwritten with some of my paintings and some photographs. Looks something like this. So I have a couple to ship out. One is to Montreal and the other one is to, I think, California. I'll end up writing their addresses on these envelopes. And before I pack everything up, I also do write notes for everyone who buys a book, which is basically the main reason as to why I send these out myself. I think it's such a special thing to open a package and have a handwritten note from whoever the creator is. It doesn't happen too much for myself, but every time I've gotten something like that, it just made me really happy, and I always keep the notes. So when I published my books, I was like, it's my turn.